Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. Today, I want to share with you fragrances from my collection that I don't wear. Now, I can't remember honestly if I've seen this concept done by someone else. I feel like somebody else did a video like this, but I couldn't find who it was. So if any of you know, please let me know in the comments and I will definitely link that person in my description. But either I saw it somewhere or it just came to me. Either way, I thought it would be interesting because, you know, typically we talk about fragrances that we love and we use. But even though I declutter 99% of the fragrances that I don't love or don't use, I declutter, there is still a few in my collection that I keep for whatever reason, but it's not the reason that I love them or I wear them. And so today I'm going to share with you what these fragrances are and why I keep them in my collection. Let's start with the first one. It is Poeme from Lancome. Now, this fragrance is definitely not my cup of tea. This is one of those sort of I want to say old-time fragrances that has like so many notes. It's impossible to go through all of them, but overall it's a very, very floral fragrance to me. Kind of vintagey, a little bit old school, very, very floral. I don't wear it. I've never worn it. Why do I have it? Well, for two reasons. One, this is a vintage bottle. I can't remember what year it's from, but it is a vintage bottle. And it's a scent that reminds me of my mom. She used to wear this back in the day. So I like to open it. I like to sniff it from the bottle. I just like knowing that I have this scent, you know, and I can sort of always associate it with my memories. But this is not a fragrance that I use or that I have ever used. Second one on the list is Hypnotic Poison from Dior. Now, the story here is a little bit similar, although somewhat different as well. Now, first of all, this is a vintage bottle as well, and that's part of the reason why I'm keeping it. Now, this one, I actually used a bit when I first got it. I sort of liked it. It was never like my absolute favorite scent, but I liked it. And then something happened and I stopped liking it. You know, I started getting this Play-Doh vibe that I know many get from this fragrance. And at the beginning, I didn't get it, but I started getting it later on. You know, overall, this is this kind of a powdery, almondy, vanilla type of scent. Again, a lot of notes, but that's kind of the gist of it. But to me now, it smells like Play-Doh. And you know, I've contemplated decluttering it, but I sort of feel like, okay, it's a bit of a classic. I have a vintage bottle. Maybe I should hold on to it. And so that's really the reason why I still have it. Third one, and you know, for those of you that have watched me for a long time, you might have heard about this one already because I did mention it previously in a number of videos. It is Organza from Givenchy. You see that there are quite a few classics on this list. This was the very first present that my husband gave me when we started dating. I don't know why this is the fragrance that he chose, but you know, that's what he chose. And you can see that I tried to wear it. There is a little bit of juice missing. I tried to like it. I tried to force myself to wear it just, you know, to be nice to him. I mean, we just started dating at that time, you know, and I couldn't. I really couldn't. I mean, you know, I'm pretty blunt. He knew. I didn't like the scent. This is not my cup of tea. This is, again, very powdery, floral, very heavy, very headache-inducing scent for me. There are, again, a ton of notes in here. It's spicy, it's maybe even a little bit nutty. It feels like they threw everything into the scent. There is a little bit of everything. And it's just not my cup of tea. But, you know, I still hold on to it for sentimental reasons. It's a funny story. My daughter actually loves hearing the story of, you know, how he gave me this present and, you know, how I feel about it. So it's a funny story in our family these days. So, you know, I'm keeping this scent. I'm going to keep it in my collection for, like I said, sentimental reasons, but this is not a scent that I wear ever. Next, we have a fragrance from Guerlain, and it is Meteorites. Now, I don't know for sure if this one is discontinued or not. I heard conflicting views on it, so I am really not sure. It's a really pretty girly scent. It has apple, it has green notes, there are some floral notes in here, some woody notes. It's really nice. Now, on me, this scent turns for some reason very, very sour. It's extremely sour on me, especially when it starts drying down, and I can't wear it. My daughter, on the other hand, absolutely loves it. Loves it. It's one of her top picks from my collection, and I have tried mentioning that I want to declutter this one. She said, no, you're not doing it. You can't do that. And I mean, she loves it, so obviously I'm going to keep it. But this is a fragrance that only she uses. Another fragrance that kind of has the same reasoning for why I keep it is Iris Dior from Bvlgari. Although you can see that we've used quite a bit of this one. I can actually wear this one, and I actually really, really like this iris. It has one of the prettiest irises that I have ever encountered. Such a gorgeous iris. Really, I really, really like this scent. I don't know why. I just never reach for it for some reason. I just very, very rarely wear this scent. Almost never, to be honest. This is mostly her. This is, again, one of her top picks. She calls it her iris scent, and really most of this she has used up. So she loves the scent. So again, I'm keeping it for that reason. Although, again, I really like the scent as well. I just never wear it. Now, there is another fragrance from Guerlain on this list, and it is Terracotta. Now, this one, I think this one is discontinued and hard to find. Although here in Canada, I think it's much easier to find than maybe in other places. And that's really the main reason that I keep it is because, you know, it is coveted by many. It is discontinued, and, you know, for a really superficial reason, but it is the truth. I think these two bottles look really great together, standing in my, you know, perfume closet. And I just feel like if I get rid of one, this one will be lonely. I mean, I know, absolutely ridiculous, but, you know, I like visually appealing displays, so I just feel like if I'm keeping one, I need to keep the other. Plus, of course, the fact that it is discontinued. But the scent itself, I don't hate, but I can't say that I really like, and I can't say that I really wear. I have tried wearing it a couple of times in the past. You can see there is a little bit missing. But, you know, I never really enjoyed it. This has tiara flower, coconut, bergamot, ylang-ylang, vanilla, whatever else. Basically, it does have that kind of beachy suntan lotion kind of vibe, but with very heavy florals. To me, the florals in here are very heavy because I like those types of, you know, beachy scents like Tom Ford Eau de Soleil Blanc, or, you know, Ylang in Gold from Micallef, or Holidays from Mancera. Like, they all sort of fall in the same category with this one, but this one I find is extremely heavy on the florals, and I'm guessing that's why it doesn't exactly work for me. Next one comes from the house of Dior, and I am honestly not even sure if I ever mentioned this scent on my channel. It is Escale Portofino. Now, don't look at how much is used up, because I actually purchased, an opened, partially used bottle. So that's really how it came. Now, this is kind of a green, citrusy, woody type of scent. A little bit on the masculine side, I would say. The citruses are not sweet at all. They're definitely very green, and there is a lot of woodiness in this scent. So although I like citrusy scents in the summer, this one is not exactly my cup of tea. But again, because this is discontinued and really hard to find, and that's kind of why I keep it. Not really a good reason. Not sure if it will stay in my collection long term. Probably out of everything that I'm showing you today, this is most likely to get decluttered, out of the fragrances that I mentioned already, but not quite yet. Like I said, because this is discontinued and really hard to find, I'm keeping it for now, but I'm not using it. Next fragrance from my collection that I don't wear is Bois de Armani from Guerlain. And here, the reason for me not wearing it is absolutely ridiculous. I love this scent. It is beautiful. It has incense, it has iris, there is benzoin, there are woody notes, there is patchouli. It's a beautiful, woody, smoky, incensey kind of scent, a little bit resinous, with just slight touches of sweetness and slight touches of powderiness. Beautiful, elegant scent. Beautiful, but it is discontinued. It is really, really hard to find. We know that these Guerlain bottles have been discontinued. Everything has been moved to new packaging. So that already makes it difficult to find, but this particular scent is especially difficult to find. It doesn't come up very often, even in a gray market, on discounter sites, So I'm just not using it because I'm afraid I'm going to run out of it. And how ridiculous. I mean, I have the full bottle. I should wear it and enjoy it, but I'm always nervous about using it because I'm thinking, what if I get obsessed with it and I continue to use it? I'm going to run out of it, Crazy mind of a fragrance addict. Makes absolutely no sense, but that's the reality. I haven't really been using this one for those reasons, but hopefully I'll get over the craziness and actually start using and enjoying it. Next fragrance on the list is another fragrance that I really, really love. It is from Hermes, and it is Rhubarb Acrylic, or something similar to that. Now, this is a really kind of tart, sour rhubarb fragrance. I love the note of rhubarb, and I really, really enjoy this scent. So why don't I wear it? Because this has terrible performance, and I always get kind of upset when I wear it, because it's like, oh my god, it smells so refreshing, it smells so beautiful, I'm loving the scent, and then 10 minutes later it's gone, and I'm like, well, what the freak, I just sprayed it on. I sprayed it on generously because we all know I am an oversprayer, and in 10 minutes it is gone. It's just longevity here is just abysmal, almost non-existent. So I kind of, not to upset myself, kind of put it aside and not using it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I kind of, this expensive fragrance, I can't bring myself to use it as a sort of room spray, but it just doesn't last on me at all. So I don't know, maybe I'm going to layer it. Maybe I'm going to declutter it for that reason. I have no idea, but I enjoy the scent, and unfortunately it just doesn't last. Okay, we have two more on this list. Next one is Moretta from Moresque. And again, if you watched my videos for a while, you might remember that I tried decluttering this fragrance. In fact, it is still up for grabs. It just no one wants to grab it, and I don't use it because I don't particularly enjoy this scent. It is kind of citrusy, floral. I wish it was more on the citrusy side, but on my skin, when it starts drying down, it actually becomes more floral than citrusy. In particular, I get a lot of jasmine, which, you know, I don't get along with. So for those reasons, I can wear it, but I don't really enjoy it. And so I don't want to have it in my collection. I don't wear it. I'm trying to declutter it, but for now it is here, it is standing, and I'm not using it. And the last one, which might surprise you, but don't jump to any conclusions, let me explain. The last one is Delox from Tiziana Terenzi. I've spoken about this scent many times, raved about it, completely stand by my opinion. This is a gorgeous scent that I don't use because my husband claimed it as his own. Unofficially, but he's the one using it. So I don't use it because I don't want to smell exactly like him. And also because, you know, I have a few other fragrances in my collection that kind of smell similar to this, but at the same time, a little bit different. So this has kind of become my husband's scent. And when I am looking for this type of scent profile, I typically reach for, probably most often I reach for Grape Pearls from the House of Oud, because it smells very similar, but slightly more sweet and with more fruitiness added in. So this scent is definitely staying. It's not going anywhere. It's one of my husband's favorites, but like I said, he uses it and I don't. So there you go. Here's the list of fragrances that I still have in my collection, but I don't use for reasons explained. Let me know if you have fragrances like that in your collection. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye.